Do you really need more than one paint gun? That's a question we get asked all the time. Is there a gun that can do it all, or do you need multiple guns? It really depends on if you're a professional or you're a do-it-yourselfer. Well, today we're gonna break down every gun you need and the ones you don't. Some people have dozens of guns, other people have one or two. I believe there's a logical order in the way that all of us should buy our guns. Let's just say that all of my guns got stolen tomorrow or they were lost in a fire. What gun would I buy first and why? That's the purpose of this video. We're gonna talk about SATA, Iwata, DeVilbiss, Luma, Segola, Walcom, but most importantly, what's the best fit for you in what you're doing? If I had zero guns, the very first gun I would buy, without a doubt, is a high quality primer gun. This one is very difficult to answer though. Which gun do I use? We did an entire video mainly on the Luma Shadow gun, and you should definitely watch this. But I'm gonna break them in two different categories: interchangeable tips and standalones. The Luma Shadow gun, the great thing about that is it comes with different tip sizes, just like this DeVilbiss Techna gun, because different primers may require different tip sizes. 1/8 is super common for urethanes. 2/2s or larger is super common for polyesters. Maybe my epoxies or etches need something smaller, or waterborne or UV. If you wanna have one gun, maybe you should buy the Luma, the DeVilbiss, or the 3M gun, because you can do that. If money is not an issue and you have all the money in the world, the SATA 100 Jet B is a great gun, but you cannot do the interchangeable tips. So you might have to have one or two or three or four of these. If I was gonna buy my first SATA gun, I would definitely buy a 1.8 to start, and that's the first gun that I would buy. So what gun would you buy next? Well, in my world, the second gun that I would buy is a high quality name brand top coat gun. What do I mean by that? One gun that's capable of spraying whatever sealers, base coats, and clear coats that I'm using. And I don't really care about the name brand. There's a lot of options out there. The SATA 1500, the DeVilbiss Copper is not a bad choice. The Luma OP setup is not bad. The SATA RP 5500 or Jet X, on and on and on. I absolutely would not buy an HVLP if I only had two guns, and here's why. Although HVLPs are known for atomizing base coats better than RPs, they move too slow when I'm applying my sealers and my clear coats. Another thing that I would do is I would make sure I bought a 1.2, 1.3, or 1.4 setup for most of the paints that I'm personally using. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, if you're just starting off, more than likely all you need is these two guns and you're done. If you're a do-it-yourselfer or you're just starting off, you might want to consider gun 3. But know this, I'm not saying week 1 or month 1 into your profession or your hobby, you go out and you buy 7 guns or whatever. If you've been in the game for a while and you've got a couple paint jobs and some experience under your belt, here's where gun number 3 comes into play. What is gun number 3? A dedicated clear coat gun. This is definitely a gun that every real painter has in their arsenal. Why is that so important? I want a gun that has never sprayed any base coat or sealer or any other product through it. That way it limits the chance of hiccuping and getting some color or some sealer and ruining a paint job. Again, if you're a hobbyist, this might not be necessary, but every professional out there has a dedicated only clear coat gun. What gun would I buy? Well, I would look at gun number 2. Do you like it? Is it awesome for clear? Should you buy that exact same gun? Or do you want to venture out and try something new? The Techna Copper is a decent gun for clear coat. The SATA 5500 RP is definitely an excellent clear coat gun. The Jet X is definitely a great clear coat gun. The Luma OP, or for you Iwata guys, the Series 2 is an awesome clear coat gun with a huge fan that dumps a lot of material, but again, gun number 3 would absolutely not be an HVLP. Hey guys, hopefully you'll check out refinishmedia.com because we're still selling our t-shirts, and if you hurry up and order, we still have our old Hot Rod magazines that we're giving away with every order. But also, every week or two, we keep adding an item that we like and we use. And this week's item is the tape thing. And if you know, you know. This is great for masking up cars, whether you need that rolled edge or you just need an extra hand. I feel like I'm the last guy in the world to get one, but ever since I got one, I can't put it down. So check us out at refinishmedia.com. Finally, gun number 4, and I know the HVLP fanboys have been really taking a hit. I would buy an HVLP for base coat only for my 4th gun. Why would I do an HVLP? Because they atomize base coats better, specifically candies, metallics, and pearls. I would never use this gun for sealer or clear, and I would only use it for my base coats. Maybe I use it for my solid colors. Maybe I only use it for my metallic pearls or candies. But an HVLP high-end base coat gun is definitely gonna be the 4th gun that I buy. There's a lot of great choices out there. I tend to lean towards SATA, so I like the Jet X or the 5500. And again, I like that 1.2, 1.3, or 1.4 tip size. Gun number 5, if you've made it this far, the rookies and the do-it-yourselfers, you don't need to go down this road. This is just for the professionals out there who make their living painting cars day in and day out. What is my 5th gun gonna be? Without a doubt, it's gonna be a dedicated sealer gun. I'm not gonna go HVLP, I'm gonna do that RP technology, and a really good sealer gun is this Luma OP. Very inexpensive, lays out the material well. But let me throw you a curveball. Maybe gun number 5 could be a base coat gun if I take gun number 2, meaning my top coat gun that I bought a year or 2 ago, and that old dirty bird has had sealer, base, and clear to it, I can convert that gun to my sealer only gun, and my 5th gun would be another base coat gun. If you have a bunch of guns and they're all the same make and model, it might be very confusing on what is my sealer gun, what is my base coat gun, what is my clear coat gun. Obviously, if you have different manufacturers or tip sizes, it might be easier. A lot of guys will come in and they'll engrave their guns. They'll put their name on it or their driver's license number. In the olden days, my dad used to put their social security number. You could use a hand engraver to do it, but nowadays, with the technology, you could actually send your guns out, and for a little amount of money, you could have them engrave something very professional looking. I don't really put my name in my guns. I never have. And I don't put clear only or base only on my guns that some people do. What I would do is I would put a number on them. This is gun number 1 or number 7 or number 13. It doesn't necessarily have to be the order that you bought it in. It could be your old baseball jersey or your football jersey. And if today in 2026, number 13 is my clear coat gun, and 3 years down the road, I buy another clear coat gun, I know that gun 13 converts over to my sealer gun, and the gun that I just bought is gun 23 or whatever, and I could just have a piece of paper so my helpers would know what guns are for silver or clear or sealer. So engraving or labeling your guns works for some people, but not for everyone. Gun number 6. I'm gonna combine gun 6 and 7 together because they're gonna be the same for me. It's gonna be a base coat only gun. Why do you need so many base coat guns? We'll get to that in a minute. But before we talk about that, I want to know from you guys, especially the pros out there, how many base coat only guns do you own and do you use on a week-to-week basis? What base coat gun are you currently using, and what do you feel is the best base coat gun on the market today? Here's why I own more than one base coat gun, and I think a pro should have at least 3, maybe more. You might be doing multiple jobs if you're in a production collision shop. You might be spraying a blue bumper, a red hood, or whatever, and it's nice to have different base coat guns. In the world of custom, in the world of high-end, I have a metallic only gun, a black only gun, a white only gun, and a red only gun specifically for base coats. Now, you don't have to be as OCD as me, but if you're doing production and you're painting 20 cars a week or whatever at a collision shop, one base coat gun is not going to be enough, and I personally think you need at least 3. And again, I'm leaning towards that HVLP technology for my base coat guns. Let's recap. What are the 7 guns that you probably need if you're a professional painter, and in the order that you need them? Gun number 1 is going to be a primer gun in my world. Gun number 2 is going to be a top coat only gun. Again, something that's capable of going sealer, base coat, and clear coat. Gun number 3 is going to be a dedicated clear coat only gun. It's never going to have anything sprayed through it other than clear coat. Gun number 4 is more than likely going to be my very first HVLP in this lineup. I'm going to use this for base coats only, more than likely metallics, candies, and pearls. Gun number 5, I finally have a sealer gun, so it's going to be a dedicated sealer gun. Again, I could go back to number 2 and change it over and do some weird stuff, but gun number 5 is a sealer only gun. Guns 6 and 7, again, probably HVLP family, but these are going to be base coat only guns, and that's the 7 guns that I think every professional painter needs in their lineup. But our story doesn't end here. There's also a lot of other guns that you might consider. First of all, this siphon gun. You should consider throwing these away. These guns are outdated. You should not have these in your lineup. We keep them around the shop because it's funny, and I like to pull them out every once in a while because it triggers people. But having one of these 3M guns with the interchangeable tips, these are very affordable guns, especially if you're doing like a lot of different products like UV and water. You can spray sealer, base, and clear coat. For you do-it-yourselfer guys, this might be the only gun that you ever need. Another gun that you may consider, I don't personally use them, I did once upon a time, is having a mini gun or a mid-size gun, especially if you're painting like hard to reach areas like roll bars and stuff like that. But each one of us is in a different situation, and each one of us has different purposes and a different purse. So make sure you think about it and choose the best setup for you and your setup. I will admit, I've never been a big fan of one gun can do it all, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm spoiled because I have, 50 plus guns. But is there one gun that can do it all? This is a very inexpensive gun. I've never used it, and if you want us to do a video on it, please comment below. Or more importantly, if you own this gun, if you've used it, what do you think about this technology? In the video, we talked about HVLPs and RPs this, and we didn't bring up the LVLP style. The claim to fame to this style of gun is if you don't have a professional grade air compressor, this gun will consume less air, and the guys painting in a garage can actually produce a professional level gun without the professional level air compressors. Also, what's cool about this gun is it comes with 3 different tip sizes, so in theory, it can spray all your undercoats and all your top coats just in one package. No matter what gun and setup you choose, make sure you're putting high flows on your gun. If you buy these expensive guns and you choke them with a normal coupler, your gun's not going to perform that good. It's kind of like buying a 454 motor and putting a 2-barrel on it. It absolutely needs a high flow in order for the gun to atomize and work correctly. Hey, hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you've learned a lot. If you like our channel, make sure that you like and subscribe. It really helps David and us out. From all of us at Refinish Media, until the next time.